So, introduction to ERP. What is meant by ERP, Kathy? PeopleSoft is also an ERP. Right? ERP in the sense Enterprise Resource Planning. So basically ERPs are packages. ERP or SAP is also one ERP package. ERP in the sense Enterprise Resource Planning. Use of technology to integrate the information from all the key business functions and smooth its flow around the organization. So all the key business functions means our departments, like our business units, like finance, sales, your securities, operations. These are the key business functions. So we are using the technology to integrate these all key business functions and we are smooth its flow in the organization. So ERP is basically it's a technology. In this package, you get all the key business functions. So with a single software, you can use means you can run all your key business functions. For example, earlier you worked in PeopleSoft, right? So PeopleSoft is very good in HR. What about finance and sales, market materials? Clients, they are using PeopleSoft for only HR purposes. Okay.
Okay.
But finance and other things, they are using different software. So if you are using these two businesses in two systems, means HR in PeopleSoft, like for example, finance in Oracle Financials, let's say. We need to integrate these two systems with a third-party tool. If you want to pay to the employees, you need to get the funds from finance department. And after paying to the employees, we need to post the results to the finance department, means how much we pay to this employee, means as a salary how much we spend, as a benefits how much we spend from the employees, as a tax and as a loans or anything. So these details we need to pass to the finance department. So to pass this information from one system to other system, you need to have third-party interface tool. Here you require 3 consultants, like one from PeopleSoft HRMS, one from Oracle Financial, and other from third-party tool. If you use good ERPs, okay, like our SAP, so you don't need to integrate these HR and finance. These are all automatically integrated. Because HR and finance you can use in the same SAP. You can use the two modules. There are inbuilt integrations in SAP between the key business functions. And see, in general, so sales means there should be integration between sales and finance, and between sales and materials, and between HR to finance. These integrations are inbuilt in the SAP. These are the major ERP packages which are available in the market. Nowadays, PeopleSoft is no more. Means the new implementations are not there, and because this PeopleSoft is acquired by Oracle Apps. So means there is no new implementation. Fresh implementations are not happening, and only you can have support projects. And now market leader is SAP because they have an advantage called integration, inbuilt integration between the key business function. Key business function in the sense. So in SAP, each key business function we are calling as module.
Okay.
So this is a functionality. So this is a single system in single software. Okay. By using this single system in single server, you can run your business, finance, and you can run your HR, you can run your e-business, and all. So no need to use other different systems. So in a single software, you can use all these functions. You can run all these functions. Introduction to SAP R3. So do you know what is SAP? Means you elaborate. So your husband is working in SAP, right?
Right.
You don't know anything about it?
No.
Okay. So SAP stands for systems, applications, and products in data processing. And R3, actually we have to call, means the current version we are using is R3. R stands for real time, and 3 stands for current version is SAP R3. That is 3-tier architecture. So 3-tier architecture, I will elaborate on this next week's after this slide. So now here 3-tier architecture means we have 3 layers or 3 servers, you can call it as presentation, application, and database. Presentation server is the front end. So front end in the sense your laptop or your desktop. So presentation layer is interacting with the user. So by using your desktop or laptop, you can perform some activities, right? You can do some business transactions in the day-to-day activities, right?
Okay, yes.
So that is nothing but, so that presentation layer is interacting with the user. So in application layer, so you are requesting some data, or you are updating some records, or you are deleting, or you are creating new records, or so whatever thing. First you are requesting means you have to go to that screen, means that application. So when you are requesting for that application in the back end, what system will do is it will, in the real time there are multiple users, n number of users. So all are doing their own activities. What system will do is it will make a queue in the application layer. Means you are requesting for one application. At the same time, I am also requesting for one application, and at the same time, other user also requesting one application. Okay. So what system will do is it will make a queue. So your request first, my request second, and other request is online. Means it will do it will. Okay, it will do it in a fraction of second. But so in the real time, multiple users are there. Means not only we are not only using the SAP HR in the current system, right? You can use finance, sales, and marketing also. So all these users, they are doing their activities. They are performing their activities. So they are all requesting for their applications. At the same time, they are also requesting for their applications. The application layer, what system will do is it will make a queue one by one. Okay, so Kathy's request first, Bharat request second, and some X users request third, Y users request is fourth. So it will do it in a fraction of seconds, but it will make a queue. Also, as well as it will check the authorization. You are working in a security, right? So security means whether this user is having all the sufficient authorizations to get that particular application or not. It will also check the authorizations in the application layer. If the user is having sufficient authorizations, it will go to the database, or sometimes frequently used applications. So there is in application layer itself there is a buffer. Okay, means temporary memory will be there. If the buffer is available, it will get from the buffer. Otherwise, it will go to the database and it will get the data the same way, in a sequence way only, in a queue only. It will display to the user. It's first request for Kathy, second for me, and like. Okay. So that process will do it in, will process in an application layer. And the database, database means you are storing the data. So this is some history about SAP. SAP AG founded in 1972 by 4 former IBM employees. Its headquarters in Waldorf, Germany. This is the world's third largest independent software supplier overall. And the figures is changing now, so the employee numbers and countries, installations, because these are day-to-day things. And SAP R3 application modules. So application module in the sense, Each key business function is an application module in SAP. So SAP ERP system consists of application modules that support business transactions and are integrated on real-time basis. So application modules that I told you, each key business functions like our HR, finance, sales, marketing, your securities, all are one key business functions. That supports business transactions. Business transactions means day-to-day activities and business work, and are integrated on real-time basis. I told you right about this integration. Integrated on real-time basis. So each key business functions means these business functions or applications are integrated on real-time basis. Because of that integration, a change in one application module will result in an automatic update of the data in the other application modules involved. So if any two business functions integrated, okay, if any change will occur in one application module, so the automatically other application module also will get changed because of the integration. All application modules have common architecture and user interface, same look and feel, and an organization. Technical things are ABAP, BASIS, and BI, BW, BO. All key business function, all application modules have common architecture and same user interface. So same look and feel and navigation. So if you know about like HR, you can also easily get into the other modules. So SAP has been classified into two things. Okay. One is technical and the second one is functional. Technical is here ABAP 4 and BASIS. ABAP 4 in the sense Advanced Business Application Programming, and this 4 is fourth generation language.
Okay.
Okay. So ABAP is the programming language for SAP. So like our Java, .NET, C, C++ is there, right? So same way ABAP is also programming language for SAP. And the BASIS is a networking kind of job in SAP. Networking kind of job. And generally, networking people, what the networking guys will do? So generally, what the networking people will do in an organization? So they will install the system and they will create the users and they will maintain their securities, means the roles, okay, which system they want, they can access, and the same way in SAP also. Okay, the BASIS guys, first they will install this SAP into the client systems. They will set up the landscapes and they will create the users, okay, and they will maintain their roles. Same as a networking. Okay. but it's a little bit different from the network. From the networking. And functional SD means sales and distribution, materials management, finance and control, production planning, HR. See, we do have technical modules also. Okay, but functional modules are more than technical. Okay.
Right. So what I'm saying is the technical person would be responsible for setting up the network that would then create the functional.
That is the basis consultant. ABAP consultant, they will write the programmings. So they will write the program and they will create, they will develop new things. So functional means, so we have to configure the system according to the client requirement. Means we have some basic table, some tables, applications. We have to use that application and we have to configure the system. Okay, set up the system according to the client requirement. But the ABAP people, what they will do is, if any thing is not suitable, like for example, if any client requirement is not there in the system, okay, in the standard system, if any application is not supporting the client, okay, so we have to develop a new program or new developments by using ABAP as well. Okay, because they will develop this new applications, they will develop the new functions and new programs, because they are writing the codes. So by writing the code, they can develop the new screens and new applications and new functionalities. So these are some application modules. Actually in SAP we have more than 80 plus application modules. So here I am giving some of those. Even I don't know all 80 because we don't need to remember all the 80. Okay. So financial accounting, controlling, human resource, asset management, workflow, plant maintenance, quality management, production planning and control, materials management, sales and distributions. These are all some application modules. And these are the advantages or features, we can call it as. So multiple legal entities. Our SAP is supporting for multiple legal entities. A legal entity in the sense country, or you can say company or company. So each country having their own policies and their own taxations, their own rules, set of rules. So we are supporting for multiple countries and multiple legal entities. Legal entity and means company also. So each company having their own set of rules, right? So SAP is supporting for multiple companies and multiple countries. And it is supporting for multiple languages. So it can support, you can perform your activity in English, or German, or French, or Chinese. So SAP is supporting for multiple languages. and supports 70 plus modules. Now it's increased to 80 plus. Every day they will release. Okay. And integration between the modules, this we already discussed. SD2MM, MM to FI, FI to HR, like all are interrelated, all key business functions, and multiple currencies. So we are supporting for multiple currencies. For example, if you take an MNC, so that they do their business, they pay or they do their business in US, we are doing in USD. And if you go for any other country like UK, okay, so they do their business in pounds. And some other country, so they do in India, like they are doing in INR, Indian rupees. Okay, so so if a MNC means they do have their setups in different countries, right? Our SAP is also support for the multiple currencies and multiple countries. Okay.
Okay.
And different fiscal years. Different fiscal years in the sense like financial years. US or financial year starting from Jan 1st. And in India, their financial year starting from the April 1st. So
Okay.
like this, each country having their own financial start dates and end dates. So our SAP is also supporting for them. Global implementations. Global implementations in the sense MNCs. They do have their setups globally, right? And best business practices. Best business practices in the sense, so our SAP will give you one model company for each and every country. They will set up the system, means dummy data, means they will take one company as a model company, and they do have configuration for the dummy company in the system for each and every country. For example, if you are implementing SAP for US country, so they will give you one model company for US, means what they did. If you want to do this, so we set up like this, and you can do like this way, or you can follow other way. Okay, means they will give you one model company in the system. That's the best business practices. So introduction to SAP HR or HCM. What is meant by HCM?
HCM, Human Capital Management?
So is there any difference between HR and HCM? There is no difference. In SAP, we do have versions. Like in Windows, you are having versions, right? Like Windows 2007, Vista, now there is Windows 8. So the same way, we do have versions in our SAP. We had 4.6, 4.6C, 4.7, 4.7 EE, and ECC 5.0, and the latest current version is ECC 6.0. So up to 4.7 EE, it's E in the sense enterprise edition, and ECC in the sense enterprise central component. We are using ECC 6.0. Enterprise central component. To 4.7e, they call it as SAP HR. And from 5.0 onwards, they renamed it. Why they renamed it? From 5.0 onwards, they introduced some new applications. They added some new applications to our HR and just they renamed as a HCM. But there is no much difference in HR and HCM. You can say both are same. So this is a one sentence answer, aligning employees, processes, and strategies for business success. That is a one sentence. You can simply say, by using SAP HR or HCM, you can do aligning the employees, processes, and strategies for business success. Our HCM supports processes for recruiting, deploying, developing, motivating, and retaining valuable employees, improving these processes from end to end. Provides integrated enterprise-wide functionality that it will streamline the business process and seamlessly integrates them across the globe. Provides real-time information access that accelerate workforce decision making, allows you to assign the right people to right job, and at the same time it will support for both employees and managers throughout the life cycle. So provides real-time information means, see, once you implement your SAP HR, you are implementing in a global. You can see your head office is there in US, but you have all the setups in all the different countries. So you can easily get real-time basis from all over the locations. So if you get all over information from all over the globe, means location from all the locations, okay, that to be real-time data. It will accelerate the workforce decision, right? Okay, you no need to wait for the extra information, means other information. You are already having the real-time information. So that will make you fast. And streamlines HCM processes and streamline HCM processes means, like, you can all the processes, our HR processes, you can streamline. Streamline means you can run your business without less number of bugs and less number of issues. And these are the, so SAP HR is, or HCM is a module, right? Application module. So in our application modules, we are having sub-modules. Organization management, so personal administration, time management, payroll administration, recruitment, compensation, benefits, travel, personal development, training and event management, PSS and MSS, e-recruitment, LSO. Okay.
Okay.
You will have nearly 13 submodules. Okay. But no need to go through all the submodules to get into SAP HR. Okay. You will not get a chance to work on all the submodules at a time, right? Because if you work on that all at a time also, you will get means nobody will get 99%. Okay. If it is a small scale business, then only they can get. But our SAP is one disadvantage is our SAP is very expensive. Okay. So small scale business functions means business organizations, they will not maximum means they will not prefer as SAP, right? So minimum they will have more than 2,000, 3,000 employees. So more than 2,000, 3,000 employees, if the client implement all the submodules, you will have 3 to 4 consultants. So because nobody will work on all the submodules. Core modules, organization management, personal administration, personal development, payroll, and time. Recruitment nowadays, recruitment is up. All are using their portals, right? They are using e-recruitment. Means every company having their own careers portals and right? So they are using e-recruitment, not the normal recruitment. And these are objects, important content in the each and every submodule. So organization management, we have integration with the other submodule. This is a submodule, right? So this will integrate with other submodules, and here we have objects that we'll discuss in the further sessions. Plan versions, info types, object relationships, evaluation paths. Okay. These are the important things which we are going to discuss in the further sessions. And personal administration, automate all basic processes related to personal and employee information management. So in the personal administration, so we are dealing with most of the time we are dealing with the employee information. So that is also called master data, employee master data. So here we have using a centralized database that enables an employees and management to access up-to-date, consistent information that supports HR and business related decisions. This we are using most of, so for the employee data, employee and management and so in personal management also, in personal administrations also, we do have info types, and this should also be integrated with the other submodules. Okay, here also we do have integrations and info types, but mostly we are dealing with the master data. So in the personal development, you have career management, succession management, employee performance management. Do you know what is career management and succession management? And also performance management. Means performance management in the sense appraisals. So these are the major things. Okay, here also integrations and info types common. Compensation means based on the appraisal ratings. So here the employees will get some hike, performance based compensation. So that we will set up in the compensation management. Before going to payroll, time management. So in the time management, we will configure all these things: attendances, absences, leave details, corrections, and overtime. Evaluate the working times, centralized time recording machines. Okay, means we'll record the time details of the employee and we will process that data in the system. In generally, you have attendance, right? Means every day you are going to office, means you are swiping in your office, and while coming back, you will swipe out, right? So that is the attendance, right?
Right.
You are booking attendance. And if you are not feeling well, and if you are going for any vacation, okay, you will apply absence. Means you have some leave quota, right? Every year they will give you some number of days or hours as a quota. Called paid leaves. Right? So that leave setup, we can do it, and employees can utilize their leave quotas by using absences. And corrections means you can say, for example, sometimes employees forgot to swipe in or swipe out. So if swipe in and swipe out is not there, system will not process their time details. You can do correction here, means you can request for your manager, because I lost my, I forgot this thing like swipe code, or I forgot to swipe out. Like you can request your manager, and manager he will approve it, and the time administrators will be there to correct the data, and they will run the time evaluations. And overtime, if you have overtime concept, then that will also will be set up in the system. In the time management, and then go to payroll part. Okay. So in payroll, master data is PA data. Employee information, you will have it in master data only. And your input you are taking employee information, means master data, master data and time details. So after time evaluation only, you will come to know how many number of hours that the employee has been worked. So how many number of days leaves, or he utilized how many number of days as a leaves, or how many number of hours he worked. Past data means, is there any what we call areas? Is there any areas from the past data, like increments or decrements? Okay. Yes. Okay, so we'll take this as an input. We'll calculate, and you will get here. You will have two things: gross and net. So gross means your positive earnings and perks. Perks in the sense upwards, like and net in the sense you have to deduct the federal tax, federal withholding, state withholding, all these taxes, and your pre-tax deductions, benefits. So your medical insurance, health insurance, and health, life, and also 401k plans. If you have all these things, so you have to deduct these things also. So your benefit deductions, your tax deductions, and if you have any other deductions, so it will deduct from the gross part, and you will get a net. Okay, it's net in the sense take home. We'll calculate in the payroll, means all these things, and after calculation you will get the results. So these results you will store in the cluster because payroll details are huge. That is the reason we are storing as a cluster. So output after running the payroll, so statutory reporting. Say monthly, you need to submit a monthly. We need to give the pay slips. So that is statutory, means how much he is earning and how much we are deducting and what is the net, all these things. That is reporting. We'll issue the pay slips half yearly, annually, means annually we will issue the W2 and W4 forms, right?
Right.
And interfaces after paying, we need to pass the results to the posting. We need to post the results to the finance department, right?
Right.
And also as well as we need to send the details to the bank, means how much we need to give this as a salary. And payment of taxes, we are deducting the taxes paid to the respective tax authorities like federal, state. And statutory payments, actually the statutory payments in the sense it's in India you have some professional tax and provident fund in the sense. So that is one kind of benefit. And third party deductions, if you have any third party deductions like garnishments, you know garnishments? Garnishment is a third party deduction, right? Child
Right.
support, house support, and loan defaulters, credit card defaulters, right? So if you have any third party deduction, we need to send that amount to the respective third parties, right? That's what we will do. So this is a brief, not okay. Our ERP, SAP R3 and HR. Basic means these are the initial things. So initial things will have the PPTs and will have some documents. But if you going in further, once we start the practical thing, so I will explain you about that application and we'll do it in the system. And what we are doing in SAP, whatever the client follows, means what we are calling it as is. Means, for example, now client is not implemented SAP. If they want to go with a SAP, we need to study their business, means as is process, how they are following, how they are processing, what are their policies, what are their things, and okay. And the same thing we need to map to the SAP to be done in SAP. So that is as is and to be is SAP. So we need to set up that core business into our SAP.